Okay, what's up, everyone? Instagram fam. I'm in Instagram jail day. Who knows? We're on the live right now from a secret location. I'll be answering your guys' questions. If you guys have questions, please use the question function on the bottom of the screen. It makes it a lot easier to deal with. And I'm just going to hop right in and start with the questions. Okay, here's a good one. This is an easy one. Okay, question. Can the scheduled date be pushed back if we can't find aftercare? So I have a great announcement. So number one is we have aftercare now. With every stay package is included. Or Julia, can you write down a list of things I have to announce? Or specials or anything? Or is this our special? This is the aftercare special.
Aftercare special.
Can this be a special?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Huge special announcement. We have an aftercare special. So what is special about this special? Well, if you already have booked for your stay with us, one of our stay packages, you're going to get now for free, or not for free, included is 4 hours of aftercare. 4 hours, it's 4 hours of nursing. They will pick you up from the surgical center and take you back to the hotel, tuck you in, give you your cookie, give you a blankie, and this is already included with your stay package. So that's why it's special. Now, if you are thinking about booking and you are thinking about our stay package, there's no increase in price for the stay package. Yeah, it's awesome. So what do I mean by that? I forget what the stay package is, 6 nights, 7 days, $1,200. Okay? There's no increase in price. So if you have booked, you're already getting this special, which is 4 hours of nursing care, transportation after the surgery back to the hotel, included. And if you're thinking about it, it's included. If you want to get it separately, we're gonna get a price for that. Like if you're staying somewhere else and you don't want to stay at the hotel, then we will find a price for that. But right now, we're just throwing it in with the stay package. So it's really nice. We're really excited about that. And so that answers this question right now. It says the patient or the person is asking, can I push back my schedule if we can't find aftercare? We got the aftercare for you. You don't need to push anything back. We got it. We found the perfect partner to help us do this. So I think you guys are going to be really happy with this service. We're excited to offer it. And so this Garcia, that means I'll get it in my surgery if I already scheduled for July. Yes. Actually, the first people that are getting this service were yesterday? Today. So the first people that are getting this surgery service that get picked up from the surgical center and taken to their hotel is today. So the special's already on. Here's a question. And that's permanent. So, we're going to work with this company. They're going to provide a good service. We're going to interview the caregivers and the nurses. And you guys let us know how it goes. And, we always listen to your feedback. We're really excited about this. We want to take the best care of you guys possible. And I think this is just one more way, to give that back. Now, when am I getting out of jail? I don't know. Facebook and Instagram is very difficult for people who don't know what happened. I lost Dr. Giancarlo. That's me. I even got the hat made. I lost it because they said I was impersonating other people. And if you follow me and have been, watching my stories for a while, you know that I get my photos stolen all the time. And it used to be a joke, like a catfish joke. And I used to tell people, can you report it? Can you report it? So I guess, I don't know if a catfish reported me or someone reported me. And anyway, I've been in Instagram jail for a while. Hopefully I get the account back. If I don't, I'll just be on here. It kind of doesn't matter where I'm at. I'll be here doing these lives. Okay, guys? Okay, so the question is, if you put our deposit down, how far out can we schedule? 6 months. You have 6 months to pick your date. Okay. So this is a good one. Which implant profile is good for upper pole fullness? So, what you want is a high profile implant if you want upper pole fullness. Really, guys, the size is the most important thing about the implant. What do I mean by that? A 600 implant, even if it's a moderate profile, is going to give you way more fullness than say a 400 high profile implant. So, there's a lot of things to consider when choosing your breast implants, but the most important one is the size. Everything else I feel like is just like little flavorings. The real meat and potatoes is the size. Do you do Cell Saver? At this point in time, we do offer Cell Saver, but I feel like a lot of clinics just add the Cell Saver as like a way to steal money out of your pocket. You have to be a candidate, which means you got to have a very low hemoglobin, right? And sometimes if you have a low hemoglobin, the safer thing to do is to fix your hemoglobin, not get Cell Saver. So that's just how I look at it. So if you're interested in it, please submit a link in a bio. When we do your labs and stuff, we will discuss it. Here's it's Mo Kimmy. If I book for a BBL and I paid the deposit, can I change the surgery I want? Yes, if you wanted my makeover. But if you only sent me buttock photos and now you're asking me about breasts or tummy tuck, then I'm gonna need more photos to see what's going on. What I mean by that is, in order to evaluate you, I need good photos of the area to be evaluated. So, if you were booked for surgery and you want to add an area, you can email us, contact us, please. It's no problem. But you have to send me good photos of those areas. The classic one is, you guys always ask about chin lipo, and there's no chin lipo photo. Like, I need to see the chin, Same with the breasts. I want from the front, from the side. I'm not going to book you for a surgery unless I see what it is that you're interested in, if it's possible. Okay, so here's another question. Do you do internal bra Galaflex? I do. So this is not for every patient. It's for patients who have maybe had a massive weight loss, or have very poor quality skin, or have lots of stretch marks on their breast. These are all indications that your normal skin and breast tissues maybe are not going to hold up the implant. So in that case, we can do the Galaflex or internal bra, and we can talk about that during the live. Let's see this patient. Can I send you a few pictures of me and have you recommend a procedure for me? I kind of don't like to do this. I kind of want you to think about what you don't like about your body, or what you're interested in fixing. What I mean by that is, if you send me photos of your stomach and you're like, Doc, I don't like my stomach, I've had a couple kids, give me your opinion, then I will. But if you just send me photos and you don't give me any information, I'm not going to just like pick and choose on the menu of what I would do surgery for you. I don't think that's appropriate, and it doesn't really make sense. I want to know what bugs you, what you want to change, what you want to fix. In the link in the bio, I ask you guys, when you send the photos, tell me as much as you can about your story. Have you lost weight? Did you have you had any medical illnesses? Have you how many pregnancies have you had? All these things, and that helps me understand your photos. And then when I look at your photos, I combine that with the information you give me, and that's how you're going to get your best consult, your best information. I think anyway. Okay, so let's keep going with the questions. Guys, if you have a question, please just use the question mark on the bottom, and we will keep going. Okay, so I'm getting chin lipo. Do I receive a compression garment? There goes Natalie. Okay, I'm getting chin lipo. Do I receive a compression garment in my surgery bag? Yes. So yes, you do. You get like a little strap. It goes around your chin, and that would be the way to keep pressure on this area after you've received the chin lipo. Okay, is there any creams or anything I should be using now to get my skin ready for a tummy tuck? I mean, if you're eating a healthy diet, drinking lots of fluids, and exercising regularly, that's the most important thing. I mean, staying moisturized and keeping your skin healthy is important, but nothing's gonna like get your tummy ready for a tummy tuck other than just like, your regular healthy lifestyle recommendations. Diet, eating a healthy diet, regular exercise, no smoking. That's the most important thing. Let's see. Do you think 500 cc's is enough to make a difference for a BBL? So you guys always get fixed up on a number, and just remember, every body is different. So if you're like, 5'2", 120 pounds, and you have very little body fat, 500 might be too much. I can't even get 500. And then if are a BMI 32, you're 6 feet tall, and you're 300 pounds, then 500 is like a drop in the bucket maybe. So the number really is in relation to you and also what you're looking for. 500 for most people can give you a very nice natural looking BBL. For most people, if you want a mega booty or you want as much fat as I can put, then you should do the BBL separately. You can do the BBL separately, and we can do 4 liters. So a lot of it depends on your anatomy. It depends on your what you're looking for as well. So there's no one size fits all answer. Chappie's baby. After how many patients I recommend will I get a discount for my next procedure? So for you, I don't know. We'll have to do something special because yes, Chappie's has sent her all of her friends and family after she got her resultado excelente. So thank you so much for sending. We love when you guys send us your friends, your family. We will take care of them for sure, as well as we took care of you. And we're always trying to get better. So, let us know what your experience was like, and then we can always keep improving. Let's keep going. Can you do a tummy tuck and add fat to the hips? Yes, you can. So when you do fat to the hips, we call it a BBL. So BBL, remember, is adding fat to the hips and adding fat to the buttocks. So it's not just, people always think BBL is just to the butt. That's a bad BBL. What you need is fat in the hips to help support the butt and even out that shape. So the answer is yes. Okay, I'm just going through the questions, guys. Will donating plasma affect getting surgery? No, I think that's good when, blood donors. Just make sure you don't do it too soon before surgery, because I need your hemoglobin high. And if you're donating, plasma, blood products, even platelets, then that might affect your labs before surgery. So if you're going to donate, make sure it's like, at least 3 or 4 months prior to surgery and not any sooner. Low for hemoglobin is, so a normal hemoglobin is 12. I would say under 11 would be low. Well, technically under 12 is low, but it's not that low. Under 11, it's like you maybe need iron supplementation or you need to see the doctor. You guys got lots of good questions here today. Miss Tracy, is J plasma included in lipo? No. Liposuction is power-assisted liposuction, where I suck the fat out using suction. J plasma is a technology to tighten the skin, and the device is very expensive. So when you pay for J plasma, you're paying for me to open that special device. It's like a laser. It's like a laser, but it's not a laser. It's J plasma, which is basically it's helium gas that is heated to a very high temperature. Can you close the door first? So it's called premium liposuction. You can add J plasma to any procedure that you're doing that has liposuction in it, and it can help tighten the skin after liposuction. Okay, let's see. Miss Tracy, hello. I finally caught this on time. For your BBL, how much fat do you put in the butt? I don't want it big, but I want it nice with 4 E's. Nice. Okay, so in Florida, when you do a BBL, you can take up to 4 liters of fat at a time, and then you can inject that into the subcutaneous tissues and really augment the butt. It's rare that I ever inject 2 liters per side. Like, I can count on one hand how many times I've done that. Why? Because most people's skin doesn't stretch that much. Most people that want a big booty, you can get about 1 liter in there, maybe 1 liter, like 1,200 cc's, 1,200 milliliters, and it's full. It's like really tight, and you can't do any more than that. So if you really want a big booty in the full 4 liters or as close as I can get, then do the BBL separate. If you want a more natural result, something that's a bit smaller, of course, but it's still going to be a nice change to your hips and buttocks, then we do 1 liter with, say, a combined procedure. So that's up to you guys. That's up to you what you want. Your hemoglobin has to be at least 11 for a clearance. Let me keep going. Great questions, guys. Keep them coming. There's like a little question mark in the bottom. So if you use that question mark, I promise I'm answering in order, and I'll try my best to get to everyone's question. I've done a bunch, and it's only 15 minutes in. So Mahio Tabulas, can you do a back lift and arm lift at the same time? Yes, you can. Send good photos of your arm. Send good photos of your back, and we will see what we can do. The thing about combining procedures is some procedures make a lot of sense when you combine them. You know, when you combine a tummy tuck and breast, that makes a lot of sense because it's like a mummy makeover. When you combine 360 liposuction or a BBL with a tummy tuck, it makes a lot of sense because you're doing the waist in one area. So, you know, some things make a lot of sense and some things don't make sense together. So here's a question. Okay, Chappie's baby. So this is the reason when people get huge BBLs, they say it hurts tremendously because they stretch the skin. I feel my BBL wasn't painful. The mommy makeover was fine. It was the tummy tuck that hurt a little. Yeah. So I think it's a good point that you're making. It could be because they're just stretching it too much. And a lot of times when you stretch things or you are too aggressive, that's when you get the pain. You know, if you're trying to make a mega butt and you put so much fat in there, it's a lot of pressure. And I actually think that sometimes that's very risky because if you put a lot of pressure, the fat doesn't have room to breathe. So there's a lot of things that, you know, go into considering the safety for surgery and the final outcome. And a lot of times people, like you guys, I get it, on Instagram and everywhere, you want to see the extreme result, the crazy result, the like amazing result, you know, where the booty is huge, the breasts are huge, the waist is tiny. But oftentimes when you're doing those extreme results, you take a lot of risk. And a lot of times what you don't see on Instagram is when people are posting those extreme results is they don't show you the bad outcomes. They don't show you the complications that can happen with that. So that's just my 2 cents. Okay. Jennifer 4210, 2 weeks to my surgery. When do we get our meds? So you usually get your meds anywhere between 2 weeks to 1 week before surgery. I will email your pharmacy electronically, and then the pharmacy sends you like a text message that they have your medications for you. Here, let's see this. Lanellis, is getting tummy tuck and BBL together? If getting tummy tuck and BBL together, which procedure is done first? And then how is patient positioned for the second procedure? Like, will the patient be lying on their fresh tummy tuck while getting a BBL? It's actually the opposite. So when you do a tummy tuck and a BBL together, you start with the patient facing down. You do all the lipo, the back, wherever you got to do the lipo, flanks, 360. And then you take that fat and you put it in the booty and the hips. And then you flip the patient onto their back and you do the tummy tuck. Why do you do the tummy tuck second? It's because you have to flex the patients. I got to ask this a question in the lives. I think in the Facebook group that, do I sit people up for a tummy tuck? So everyone gets sit up for a tummy tuck. Why? Because if you think about it, when I have to close your skin tight, I have to sit you up. That's really the only way to get it tight. And if I didn't sit you up, then I wouldn't be able to close. So a lot of people said in our Facebook group, which if you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, please join it. It's called Dr. Giancarlo's official Resultado Excelente dolls. You have to get sit up in a tummy tuck or you can't close it. That's just like mandatory. Let's see, Mejio, I'm going to send you pictures after my round 2 BBL. It's like, so you're going to send me pictures to do round 3? Okay. I love your lives. Okay, well, I appreciate your watching, and thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so let's see this. What is Lipo 360? What areas does it include? So Lipo 360 is your waist all the way around. So I don't know, Julia, can you model for me? Okay, so it's gonna be the waist 360. So what's from here? This is the waist, the top of the waist, all the way to here, and then turn around like this. All this, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Perfect. Now, just one more thing. When I do back lipo, when I do a 360 lipo for a BBL, I also include these guys. Okay? Right here. Now, I had a patient who had a big fat here, which is called a buffalo hump or a dowager's hump, that's extra because it's more work. That's it. Okay, let's see. Can you do lipo to the stomach and tummy tuck at the same time? I read it's bad for blood supply healing. You know, this is a good question. You cannot be too aggressive on the tummy tuck when you're doing with liposuction. So that's why I always tell you guys, when I do the tummy tuck, I'm doing liposuction of the flanks. Oh, everyone's loving that you were in the video, Julia. Oh. Yeah, Julia's the best. So what are flanks? Let's use Julia again because it was popular. Julia, can you show your flanks?
The flanks?
Yeah. So these are the flanks. Guys, right here. This is flanks. So when I do the tummy tuck, I tighten this area and I lipo here. I don't lipo too much in the center here because of this exact question. You know, if you are too aggressive in that area, you can have problems with the tummy tuck. Okay, here, Miss Tracy, I really do love the way you take time out with us. That's awesome. It makes me feel safe. Okay, awesome. I can't wait to do the consultation. Yeah, so guys, the way I do surgery is the old school way. I want to talk with you before surgery. My hair's getting too long. I need a haircut, sorry. And so every person who submits a consultation, if you're a candidate, you know, if your BMI is 32 or under, if you don't have, you know, too many medical conditions, if you're a non-smoker, then we will do a consultation and I will talk in over the phone about your plan for surgery. Okay? Let's see. JJ Goose. Some surgeons do not recommend breast lift and tummy tuck together. I've never heard that. I mean, let me just clarify that. If a surgeon doesn't want to do those operations together, that's totally up to them. But the vast majority of plastic surgeons do breast lifts and tummy tucks all the time together. It's called a mommy makeover. It's probably one of the most popular operations that all plastic surgeons do. So, you know, I haven't heard that one before. I need a tummy tuck, but I can't get rid of the fat on my stomach. Well, I have a flat stomach after the tummy tuck. So the tummy tuck does 3 things. And this is an important point that you guys need to learn. And this is really important. Liposuction does one thing. It removes fat. That's it. It does not improve the skin. It does not fix the muscle separation. A tummy tuck does 3 things. It removes extra fat, it removes extra skin, and it repairs muscle. So that's why a tummy tuck is so powerful, and there's really no comparison. And all the time, you guys always don't want to do a tummy tuck. I get it. You're like, I just want to do some lipo. And you don't realize that lipo only can do one certain thing. So if your problem with your belly is that you have too much skin and too much fat, and you have a muscle separation, say from weight loss, weight gain, or pregnancy, you need a tummy tuck. Lipo is not going to help you. You know, liposuction might even make you look worse, believe it or not. Okay, so next question, Shalene. How is a BMI really calculated? So there's online BMI calculators. Basically, it is your, it's called the body mass index. It is your weight divided by your height. And how it works is it takes into account that taller people can be heavier and shorter people have to be lighter. What does that mean? A 6 foot tall person who's 185 pounds, such as me, is actually not overweight. I'm right on the perfect weight. But a 5 foot person who is 185 pounds is very overweight. And so that's what the BMI does. It doesn't just look at your weight, which is one number. It looks at your weight in relation to your height. And there's many free BMI calculators online. Just Google BMI calculator and you can find out your weight. My weight restriction, based on, you know, I've done all BMIs up to like 38, 39 and lower. My BMI restriction is 32. And that's because after learning the hard way and after doing many surgeries, it's very hard to get a good result above a 32 or a 30 BMI. Really, if you're obese, and if you're above 30, you are obese. It's not healthy. Your priority should be losing weight for your own health. If you're an obese person, your risk of heart disease, heart attack, cancer, diabetes, all these things is elevated. So, having plastic surgery should be like the second priority. The first priority should be getting to a healthy body weight. So I'm not going to rant about body weight anymore. Shalene, what if there's more muscle? Yeah, no one has that much muscle. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger is not like a BMI 34. People with too much muscle are BMI 26, BMI 28. Because remember, from 25 to 30 is overweight, and that takes into account muscle and some people who don't fit into the normal category. If you're at over a 30, you're obese. This is not a muscle, this is too much body fat, and you need to lose it. Jennifer 4210, do you recommend more than 10 massages in the aftermath of a tummy tuck? I do. So you guys hear me say this all the time. I recommend 3 massages in the first week, and then 2 to 3 massages every week for 6 weeks. So that's 3 times 6, which is actually 18 massages. So look at that. Kugendorn, I'm working on lowering my BMI. It's a slow process, but it's worth it. My cardio function is already much better. There you go. See, you're not only going to look better, you're going to feel better, and most importantly, you're going to probably live longer because it's not healthy to be that heavy. So that's great. That's great to hear. Miss Tracy, how do you know if you need lipo or tummy tuck? So this is why you send in your photos. So send in your photos and I will give you my honest opinion. And what you guys can see if you look in the mirror, if you have lots and lots of loose hanging skin, or you have a wide muscle separation, which means your belly button is deep and wide and really spread apart, then you probably need a tummy tuck. If your skin is perfect, your skin is nice and tight, and you've never had kids and you don't have any muscle separation, then you might just need liposuction. Usually that's in younger patients before they've had kids. Let's see. Someone in the Facebook group asked about preoperative massages. I think it's great to have a massage. I think it's relaxing. It's good for your stress. It's good for your mental energy. So there's nothing wrong with getting massages. Do I think a massage before the surgery is going to help improve your result? No, I don't think it's going to have any effect. But if it makes you happier mentally and physically and spiritually, then get a massage just for stress relief. But I think lymphatic drainage massage, specifically, I don't think it's going to have any benefit prior to the surgery. Doing a BBL on a patient that had one before, do you reopen the incision holes or make new ones? That's a good question. I think if the holes are in the place where I would put them, then I'll use the same holes. If I did the BBL before, then I'll probably use the same holes. But I've seen all kinds of crazy holes, different patterns. I've seen holes I didn't even know that people put holes there. So it really depends on where the holes are. Let's see. Do you perform J plasma on its own alone, or is it always added with liposuction? The reason why is because I use the liposuction to break apart the skin and the attachments, and then I run the J plasma underneath it. It's a good question because sometimes I have patients that want it for this area, or they want it for their arms, the J plasma, and they're not that fat. But I still think you need to do the lipo to break everything up and loosen everything, and then you hit the J plasma afterwards. That's amazing, Shalene. You've gone from a 35 to 31, so that's amazing. Guys, I support you. I don't bring up weight for any other reason that I think it's important we talk about it. It's really important that people realize that being overweight is dangerous to your health. And as a plastic surgeon, it's funny to me sometimes I'm the first person that tells you guys that. And I'm like, no other doctor, no other health professional told you that being this weight, this BMI is dangerous, that you could die early, that you might not be able to see your grandchildren. I think that's a shame. And so that's why I always go over it. And it's like, one of those things. Smoking, I think, is horrific. It's horrible. No one should be smoking. But being overweight's another one. And if you guys know, in the United States, there's an obesity epidemic. We've got COVID going right now, but also obesity. People are dying of obesity every day. And so that's why I'm on it. And it just happens to be that with plastic surgery, I have to deal with weight all the time, because people want to get the resultado excelente, but they don't realize your weight has a lot to do with what I can do. And if you're too big, it's impossible to get a good result safely, right? Another thing which you guys may not know, which is very well known to plastic surgeons and doctors, is above a 34 BMI, your rate of complications in surgery goes way up, way up. So not only is it hard to get a good result, but it's not safe. The risk of everything, wound healing, seromas, hematomas, DVTs, blood clots. You guys know I hate DVTs. It goes up. So good job for losing the weight. You're making your surgery safer, and you're also going to live longer. Let's see. Do you always use tumescent fluid with lipo? Yes. Can you use tumescent and J plasma together? Yes. Let's see. It's Mo, Kimmy. If I have an appointment in November, should I get lab work and everything done now, and why? What is it? What's the month today? It's May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I guess it's 6 months away. You can wait a few months, but Miss Kimmy, I want your labs as soon as possible. Don't leave it till the last minute. 2 reasons for this. 1, if there's something wrong with your labs, I want to know so we can fix it. If something is wrong, and it's 2 weeks before surgery, it can be hard to know. And the second reason is because if you're healthy, then we know early that there's no problem and there's no issue. But if there is something wrong, then maybe we can find something out about it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that women have found lumps in the breast because we ask for a mammogram, or women find out that they have some, medical illness, or I've had patients find out they're diabetic because they never knew. And then I make them get the labs early and they actually find out they're diabetic. So, a lot of the time we just assume we're healthy because we're going about our daily life. But let's do the labs. Let's find out if you are healthy, we don't got any problems. And if you're not, let's get you better. Let's get you fixed. That's another thing. Sometimes I feel like you guys think I do these labs and I do these tests to make your life difficult. It's not. It's for safety, especially the drug screen. I want to know that any of these drugs that could interfere with the medications, that you're not on them. There was a question we had about, the drug test, about, okay, I'm going to stop all the drugs that I do to pass the test, and then I'm going to restart them. And that's a dangerous idea. The whole point of the drug test and the whole point of the laboratory is so that we know what we're dealing with as medical professionals. My anesthesia, they know what we're dealing with, and that we know we're going to do a safe surgery. That's the whole point of the labs, okay? There's no other reason than your guys' safety. Question from Stories. If I already have a breast augmentation, can you still do a fat transfer to the breast? Yes, this gives the best result, actually. So if you guys want to know the best possible candidate for fat transfer to the breast, it's someone who has already implants. They want to go bigger, but they want to do it with their own fat. That's the best result because they already have the volume from the implant, and you layer the fat on top of the implant. So I love that operation. When do drains get removed? Drains get removed anywhere, and it varies per person, from 10 to 14 days after the surgery. Do some people go longer than that? Yes, but the usual longest is 2 weeks. The average is 10 days. So many questions, my gosh. I'm doing my best, guys, I promise. D. Renee Watering. Can you partner help with the massages after the first 3? Oh, can your partner? Yeah, I'm sure your partner can do it, but they really need to know what they're doing. And, our massage people are amazing. They do the lymphatic drainage massage, and they have a lot of experience with it. The problem is, if your partner has never done lymphatic drainage massage, they may not know what to do. It's not as simple as just pushing into the drain. There's some techniques that go with it. So I would just leave it at that. I think the best is, when you go home, find someone who does lymphatic drainage massage in your area. That's the best. Nushi D, do you recommend EM Sculpt after a tummy tuck? I love EM Sculpt. And if you can do that after a tummy tuck, I think it's great. I think that'll be probably the next machine that I get would be an EM Sculpt, also so that I can work on my abs in between cases. But I do think it's nice, it gives you that little bit of that muscle stimulation, which is great after the muscle repair. I wouldn't do it too soon. So remember, I recommend 3 months not to do abdominal exercises after your tummy tuck. So EM Sculpt, I think 3 months you need to wait. Okay, how am I doing? I'm trying to go through these questions, guys. Chatter, can you do a breast lift and a fat transfer to the breast at the same time? Yes, you can. You can, but you have to be the right candidate for this, and not everyone is the right candidate. You know what I mean? It really depends on the breast shape that you're looking for and the breast size. So I think this would be on an individual basis. It's funny because with the BBL, almost everyone's a candidate because the fat survives so well. Almost everyone has fat to take, and the shape is easy to kind of manipulate. With the breast, there's a lot more variables, a lot more that goes into it. Andrea's like, can Julia cook for me after surgery?
My Andrea?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Julia said yes. So, Andrea, you gonna have surgery with me? That's awesome. I am Uwasive. Girlfriend cuddles in her sleep. How long after a circumferential chest surgery can we sleep in the same bed? Oh, that's a really important question. I think if you're in the beach chair position, your girlfriend can sleep in the same bed as you, but you need to stay in that beach chair position for the first week. And then once you can stand up straight, you can actually transfer to laying on your kind of on your stomach, on your side. That won't be a problem, and then cuddling shouldn't be a problem as long as it's very gentle. I think that's a good question. How long would you have to wait after Lipo 360 for EM Sculpt? So that's Ascari doll. I love Dr. Ascari. We've got an Ascari doll. Ascari's the best. Well, I'm the best, but Ascari's good too. No, I'm joking.
No, he's awesome.
How long would you have to wait after Lipo 360 for EM Sculpt? I think 2 weeks. So you can do actually, is that probably too soon? No, that's probably too soon.
What was the question?
When can you do EM Sculpt after Lipo 360? I'm going to say 4 weeks. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because I don't know exactly when, because I don't have the machine. I don't use it. But it's kind of the same thing about when you can exercise, because the EM Sculpt is kind of like exercising. So I'm going to say 4 weeks. Yeah. And if I get the machine and I find out a different answer, then I will tell you. Soul War. How soon can you tell if you have a capsular contracture? So what is capsular contracture, guys? It's a common thing that can happen after breast augmentation surgery. I'd say it can happen anywhere between 5 to 8% of patients. So, if you do 100, that's 5 people, 8 people that get it. So what it is when you put the breast implant in, the body forms a scar around the implant. And then the scar, everyone who has a breast implant without capsular contracture gets a scar. With capsular contracture, you get the same scar, but it becomes hard and it becomes contracted, and the implant starts raising up. So one way to tell if you have capsular contracture is that one implant or one breast looks higher than the other. That's one way. A second way is that one feels harder than the other. The third way is it's painful. The scar starts contracting. So if you think you have capsular contracture, take photos of it, send it to me, and we can evaluate you. Another way is come in for an examination. Let's see. Daisy, would you remove implants with capital if it hasn't been a year of having them? With the capsule? So maybe. It depends. I think you're asking about the capsule. It would need to depend. You have to send your photos and I'll take a look at them, okay? Oh, this is the same question. You guys are asking the same questions. How many days post-op the drain usually stays in? Anywhere from 10 to 14 days. Why do you use drains? Do you know how to do the stitching for the drainless to be success? So I've done drainless and I do drains. I like to do the stitching for the drainless. It's called progressive tension sutures, and the drain. And I feel like that's the best way to prevent seromas and fluid collections.
Okay, and also because I do massages so early, I do massage on day 1, day 2, day 3. I love having the drain there so that the fluid can go right into the drain. Here's a question. What's the furthest amount of time you allow for booking? 1 year out? No, 6 months. 6 months. We let some people book a year out because we used to do that. But we want to do 6 months. She loves her 4 JJs. Do you use a drain for breast lifts and augmentation? No, I don't use drains in the breast. I use drains in the tummy. My surgery is 2 weeks from today. Yay! Do all implants go under the muscle? No. If you have breast tissue, I go above the muscle. If you don't have breast tissue, I go below the muscle. Let's see, Jenny. 2 weeks post-op and having most of my swelling and tightness under my belly button area. What do you recommend? Is extra compression? So make sure that you're getting your massages and wearing your faja. That one patient has to stop wearing the faja. You sent me the photo?
Yeah.
Stop all the compression. The thing is, you can have too much of a good thing. Sometimes people put a lot of compression in a lot of the boards and they get so, into it that they put too much and they cause themselves pain and damage. If your faja or your foams are causing like indentation lines and you're seeing, bruising or purple spots, it's too tight and you need to stop. So I've seen that. Okay, let's see. Getting a tummy tuck and BBL, which is done first? So the BBL is done first, tummy tuck's done second. The BBL, the patient's prone, tummy tuck, the patient sits up, and then you close them. Okay, let's see. Going tummy tuck and BBL, which procedure is done? Oh, you guys keep asking that same question. Let's see. Superstar Lint. How much water do you recommend the day of surgery after it's completed? So I think the recommendation is, 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. After surgery, if you just have 3 or 4 glasses of water, that's good. Gatorade is nice, soups. I just want you drinking something. I don't want you giving yourself water poisoning and chugging 3 liters of water. It's just to get something going in there. So I would say 3 or 4 glasses of water after surgery would be great. And not all at once. You have to be running to the washroom. If we're working out and using supplements, do we need to stop before surgery? It depends on the supplement, right? If it's just vitamins, then no, you don't. So, I want to know what supplements you're on in terms of what you're using. I don't know which supplements, but... Okay, does tummy tuck fix the belly button? Yes, every tummy tuck includes a new belly button except for a mini tummy tuck. A mini tummy tuck is just below kind of the belly button. You're removing the extra skin in the lower abdomen. Most people are not a candidate for a mini tummy tuck. That is rare, I would say. Most people, it's a standard tummy tuck. Would you remove breast implants if they haven't been in for a year? Yeah, I mean, if you wanted them removed, and we could talk about that for sure. Let's see. Okay, guys, we're doing good. Almost there. We're almost at the finish line. What's the price average for tummy tuck? The price average is $6,900 for a regular tummy tuck and $79 for the extended tummy tuck. Okay. Oh, BCAA. No, that's not a problem. That's just protein. Branched chain amino acids is fine. You don't have to stop that. How many days after do you follow up with the patient for their post-op? So it depends what day you have surgery. So most people I see the day after surgery. Sometimes the Tuesday patients I see on Thursdays or Fridays. Sometimes the Wednesday patients I see on Thursday or Friday. And the Thursday patient I always see on Friday. So it really depends on what day of the week you have surgery. Gina McGovern, are you using an anesthesiologist or an anesthetist? We use an anesthesiologist or CRNAs. It really depends. We use a group. Jenny Anahai, I'm 2 weeks out and having excessive swelling and stiffness under the belly button. Massage person said I might need more compression there. What do you recommend? So I think I already answered this one. Sometimes it does need more compression. Sometimes it's just the natural part of the ups and downs of healing from a tummy tuck. Also, your menstrual cycle. Remember, guys, the menstrual cycle can do a real number on your abdomen in terms of the swelling after surgery. Chatter, do you suture inside the belly button to create a hooded BBL? I do. You guys see my belly? Chatter, I know you've seen my belly buttons. You know what my belly buttons look like. When performing tummy tuck muscle repair, do you tighten up the sides to form a corset? Yes. Every tummy tuck includes a muscle repair. Hey doc, do you do lipo on men, and do you recommend ab etching, and where is your office located? So I'm in Boca Raton. Do I do lipo on men? I do. Do you recommend ab etching? It depends. It's a good procedure for some people. It's not a good procedure for other people. Breast augmentation with mesh. All your implants round out in time or stay cone shaped. How long to drop? So it's about 6 weeks till the breast implants drop. You know, what happens is it's called like the fluff and drop phase. So when we put the breast implants inside there, the skin has to stretch. Everything has to kind of stretch. And that takes about 6 weeks. And if we have the mesh, that might take the process to take a little bit longer. Is a tummy tuck considered extended automatically? No. It's only extended if I have to make the incision longer than a normal tummy tuck. A normal tummy tuck is hip to hip. It's actually, you know, I feel like the normal person that I see is an extended tummy tuck. That's the average person I see. They have a ton of extra skin. They have a really long scar. I go way past the hip. That's the average person I see. I would love if an extended tummy tuck was just called a regular tummy tuck. That would make patients feel better about themselves, and they wouldn't feel like, you know, they need a jumbo tummy tuck. But that's just the way it is. I didn't name the procedures. Do we pick up our prescriptions before we travel or when we get to Florida? The best idea is to get your prescription before you travel. So, you know, there can be shortages of medications here. It can be hard to find the medications. Sometimes not every pharmacy will have these. And in Florida, so many people come here for plastic surgery that they can run out of the medications. So it's really a good idea to pick it up before. Okay. Okay, question. When is our pre-op scheduled? So the pre-op is the day before the surgery. So if you have your surgery on a Tuesday, then the pre-op will be Monday afternoon. If you have your surgery on Wednesday, it will be Tuesday afternoon. What are your thoughts on bromelain pineapple or pineapple juice before? I keep hearing this. I got to look into this.
I hear pineapple juice and bromelain all the time.
Yeah, I got to look into this. I know you guys talk about the bromelain and the pineapple. I actually don't know the answer to this. I know you guys are amazed that I don't know everything. No, I don't know everything. I know a lot about plastic surgery, but I have to look up pineapple and bromelain, and I will get back to you for sure. What's the difference between extended tummy tuck and fleur-de-lis? So an extended tummy tuck is a regular tummy tuck incision, you know, the long one that just goes to the sides. A fleur-de-lis comes up the middle. So not only do you have extra incision laterally, but you have an extra incision up and down. Why do some people need a fleur-de-lis? Because they have extra skin this way, like horizontal. So you need a scar here to get that skin in. I saw one patient, they sent me photos and they were pulling out their skin like this. Remember, the tummy tuck, it pulls skin down, right? It pulls it down, and you put the scar here. If you put a scar here, then you can pull the skin this way, and you can get rid of this extra skin. So a fleur-de-lis is only for people who've had a massive weight loss. We're talking like 100 pounds of weight loss. Most people, vast majority of people, can do this extended tummy tuck. They don't need a fleur-de-lis. What is the biggest CCs you've done for an augmentation with a breast lift at the same time? I don't know. When you do a lift, this is something you guys need to understand. When you do a breast lift, you cannot do jumbo implants. It doesn't work. The operations go against each other. So if you want a jumbo implant, it's going to take 2 operations. The first operation is a lift in a moderate size implant, and the second operation is to do a bigger implant. Remember, the lift is tightening the breast and making it tighter and lifted, and the implant is stretching it. So there's limits to how big you can go with the implants when you're doing a lift. Here's the question. So bromelain is the bomb. Can you sculpt glutes like you sculpt abs? No, it's different. With the glutes, you're shaping them with the fat. With the abs, you're shaping them by removing fat. Let's see. Can you explain more regular tummy tuck versus extended tummy tuck? It's just the length of the scar. If I think it's going to be a longer scar and it's going to take, remember, a long scar means more cutting, more sewing, then I say extended tummy tuck. There's no scientific measure. It's not like tummy tuck is 18 centimeter scar. Extended tummy tuck is 20 centimeter scar. No, it's if I look at you and I think the scar is going to be longer than a usual what as tummy tuck. I think it's you've got too much skin. You've got a higher BMI. To me, that's extended. Let's see. I'm getting a mamacita makeover. Was told I'm getting. So if you're getting a regular tummy tuck, that means when I looked at your photos, I just think the scar doesn't need to be that much past your hip bones. Your hip bones on each side, the scar is going to go from hip bone to hip bone. So, I'm kind of guesstimating. I don't just say everyone's an extended tummy tuck so that I can get more money. I only say extended tummy tuck if I think the scar is going to be longer than a regular tummy tuck. That's how it works. Let's see. C-section 5 years ago. I don't know who this person is. Okay. Let's see. C-section 5 years ago, 46 years ago. What's the oldest that you've operated on for a mommy makeover? Considering that weight and health are all good. 46 is not old, so definitely do not. If 46 is old, I'm going to be in trouble very soon. The C-section. So you're considering, so that's not a problem. I think the oldest I've done a mommy makeover on was like 60, 65, around that time. So don't worry about 46. That's not a problem. And this Jennifer, I asked because I barely noticed the difference when you post pictures of patients with a tummy tuck versus extended tummy tuck. Well, that's good if you don't notice a difference, that they're still getting the resultado excelente. It's not, you shouldn't notice a difference other than the length of the scar. That's really the only difference. The result should be the same between an extended tummy tuck and a tummy tuck. It's just more work. That's why it's a different price. Really, an extended tummy tuck is the same operation with just a little bit more scar and a little bit more work. And the person who decides that is me. If I think that someone is bigger, they have more skin, more fat, then I'm like, this is extended tummy tuck. And if the patient's like, I'm not an extended tummy tuck, I'm a tummy tuck, and I'm like, well, I don't agree. Okay, Ascari, what's the biggest implant you can get with 11.5? I don't know the implant manual off by heart. And would you recommend saline? No, I recommend silicone all the time. You guys are always interested in getting the biggest implant possible, and I think this is a bad idea. I think you guys should go for the implant that fits your body. And how do we do that? I measure you and I can give you a range. But I think this attitude of bigger is better. It might work at Costco, but it does not work in plastic surgery. Bigger means bigger problems. Gravity is going to work more. It's going to have more healing problems. I have patients that, you try to go bigger and it doesn't heal right away. It takes a long time. My advice is if you want to go big, go in stages. You know what I mean? So you're like, what does stages mean? It means get an implant that fits, a normal size implant for your body, and then go up from there. Is it normal to have more swelling at 4 weeks than I've had? It can happen. That's why I always tell you guys, 6 weeks is the major swelling and 6 months till you're finally healed. It really takes a long time to heal from these operations. And so don't get discouraged. If you have more swelling, it could be your monthly cycle. It could be just your body kind of adjusting. These are part of the joy of healing. You will get a resultado excelente, but it does take time. That's why it kills me, some patients that want to have a meltdown at day 2, day 5, week 9. Don't melt down. Just relax. You will get your result. You just have to trust the process. I know this isn't Costco, man. It's not always bigger is better. Bigger is better. It's like, no, it's not the case. When doing a breast lift, can you fix flat nipples? It depends. There is no joy of healing. There is a joy because that's a funny question. There is no joy of healing. Well, you have a kind of point there, but I do think it's a bit of a joy because, and this is my point of view, it's because nothing worth doing in life comes for free or without a cost. And you going through the healing and learning about your body and seeing how things, how maybe you appreciated, walking around before you had surgery, how you took your body for granted. After surgery, you do not take your body for granted because it does take a while to heal. Is there a trick? Oh, I love that comment. Is there a trick to stop checking out my own booty in the mirror? I love it. Susie Stark, I love it. Well, that means that's a success. What happens if I'm on my period on surgery day? That's not a problem. It happens. What happens is we remove the tampon. It does not matter. You guys can have your menstrual cycle. It doesn't matter. What it does matter is that your premenstrual syndrome, PMS, can be a dragon. And so I just want you to be aware of it. So don't let it get ahead of you. If you're a couple of days out from surgery and it's your time of the month, it's probably going to be really rough. Because think about it. You're dealing with your emotions from surgery. You're stressed. You may be in pain. And then you add on the monthly cycle onto that. It can be rough. So just so your friends and family survive, so you survive, what he's saying. I remind myself to have joy. I've wanted this so long. My husband said he doesn't understand why I was the one who was operated on. He felt he was in hell. Take it easy on your caregivers, guys. You should really appreciate them because they have to put up with you for those 2 weeks. Miss Tracy, for your special, do the procedures have to be at the same time? Yes, they have to be at the same time. Think of it this way. The reason why we do the special, the first procedure is full price, the second is half price, is because the most expensive part is getting you into the operating room and putting you to sleep. That's what costs money. So, the second operation is the one where, we can save money on. So that's the special. Okay, guys, it's 6 p.m. Thank you for sticking out with me. There were so many good questions. Let's do this last one. Does a breast reduction resize the nipple? Yes, it does. It goes down in size. Let's see. Does a circumferential tummy tuck include a back lift? The circumferential tummy tuck includes a butt lift. It's the butt that gets lifted with the circumferential. Remember, the circumferential is low. It's basically around your waist. I try to get to everyone. Did I get to everyone? I think I got to almost everyone. Okay, so guys, that was an amazing live. I promise you I will save it. I will post it. Thank you all for your questions. I hope you guys learned something. I'll be back here next Wednesday. If you want to join our Facebook group, there's lots of good information on there. Julia really... Oh my God, my hair is a disaster. Don't look at my hair, guys. Julia does a really good job of providing information in there. And also the dolls, the other dolls really provide a lot of good information about their experiences. So thank you for tuning in, and we will be back next Wednesday, okay? All right, bye for now.